Mr. Edit Man presents Students during the COVID outbreak. What is your most embarrassing Zoom story? I was giving a presentation and my cat jumped up on my lap. He then immediately turned around to show everyone his butt. He wanted snuggles. But you know ... that put the other end right into the camera. Teacher here. But I set my hair on fire in a Zoom call with all my students present. I have homework help sessions over Zoom. So I was not doing any actual instruction. I was looking out my window to see what my neighbor was doing. There was a lot of yelling going on. Then I realized I smelled something weird ... Then I realized I had forgotten to blow out the candle on my windowsill. Next thing I know I'm sheepishly minus a chunk of hair. And the kids are dying of laughter after figuring out why I shrieked ... I entered a class and did not realize that my mic was on. 20 people heard me baby talking to my cat and I got laughed at. In one of my friend's lectures, a guy had his camera off but his mic on without realizing and was talking about how he'd picked that major because it was easy. He did not know anything and what he did know he'd learned off TikTok. In another friend's class, a guy was talking in that chat about how he'd been masturbating to Kylie Jenner and had to get another tug out, thinking that he was texting to someone else. The whole university got an email from the dean about proper conduct after that one. My sister has serious anger issues. It is to the point that she was playing murder mystery on Roblox and screaming bloody murder when she died. I did not care what she was playing, and in the middle of me discussing my book my sister screams at the top of her lungs, "Oh my god, he stabbed me." It was a really awkward situation to explain. Oh god, I do not know how to feel about this one. So, my Spanish teacher has a horrible reputation. Has known for being inappropriate towards students, making fun of poor students, and being a jerk. Anyway, I was in class, muted I thought, and my mom comes into my room and sees my screen. And we jump into a conversation about him. I was saying how he seems nice, but here's all the bad things he did. And my mom was saying how she does not really trust him and how she wants me to know that it's never okay for a teacher to hit on a student. And I was like, I know, mom. I come back to my screen and there is my class, sitting in silence, just hearing everything. Him screaming, "Oh my god. What did he say? Did any of your classmates react after too?" It was crazy. I immediately muted and turned my camera off. My teacher did literally nothing. I guess it would have been weird for him to address it, but he obviously heard it, and most of my class was laughing or making a facial mayo. Had not had lunch yet and so I brought some soup into my Zoom class. I took a long sip, straight into the mic. Probably sounded like gunfire to the rest of my class. Slurp. Thankfully I'm careful about my mic, but yesterday I was in a lesson with my math teacher and forgot I was not muted. I called to my cat, Mochi, and the exchange went as follows. Me, Mochi, Moch Moch, Meerkatty. Proceeds to fall out of chair. Duck, that hurt. My teacher, holding back laughter. Did someone just fall out of their chair? Me, yes that was me. I was trying to get my kitty, immediately mutes my mic and sits there silently. Thought I was side messaging one person, but sent it to everyone. Duck me, this guy's boring. My younger siblings were knocking on my window behind me and thinking I was muted. I screamed, "Yo, stop that, you little malarkey." As my entire class found it entertaining that a few minutes later I unmuted to calmly say, "Excuse me, but I'll be right back," with the sound of loud arguing in the background, and proceeded to mute and turn off my camera. My teachers want us to keep the cameras on to make sure we are in class and are really strict about it. The argument took me, I kid you not, the whole class period to detangle. My cat walked into my room during my German class. I had forgotten to turn off my mic, and so everyone heard my hoss and adorable floof. "You are, yes, you are, routine. ... My German prof reminded me it was a German class, and that I needed to baby talk my cat in German. So my cat got to hear that he was, in fact, eins der net cats, die best cats in der Welt. I have my laptop hooked up to a monitor at my desk, and I leave my laptop under my desk. I did not realize my dad unplugged my webcam from my laptop to plug in the printer. When I turned my video on for my Palisi class, everyone got a great view of my legs and fuzzy socks. Not NSFW. Thankfully I really like my legs. Someone said in public chat, "Can I lick your pussy?" to a teacher. In my history class, the teacher asked that we all mute ourselves, but he wanted cameras on so he could see we were actually there and ready to participate for when he did have a question for us. A girl took her laptop to the bathroom with her and put it on the floor. I could only see pants around her ankles. She noticed her mistake after about 10 seconds and spun the laptop to face the door. I have no idea who else noticed, and I barely know the girl. In another class, one of my friends started scrolling down TikTok and forgot to mute herself. The teacher called her out by name to stop playing music and she quickly apologized. Apparently professors can see private chats, which I did not know. The first Zoom lecture I had, my friend and I absolutely roasted a kid who always says the stupidest things. I thought we'd get called out, but we participate more than most and both aced the class and the professor never said anything about it. But I'm still embarrassed. Someone leaked the code and the dude pulled down his pants while saying, "Do you like it?" Helicopter mentally scarred now. A dude in my music technology class pulled a dark side fill and started fapping with his camera on and even made the ugly face to accompany it, and we all pissed ourselves laughing because the teacher did not know how to kick him from the call. I used my sister's iPad for Zoom because mine was out of battery. Forgot to change the username. Hers had hearts and jelly stuff, and the background. Hers was a selfie of her, and everyone thought she was my crush. I do not talk about my sister that much, now or ever. Not me, but a number of female students fail to realize that wearing a tube top makes it look like they're not wearing anything at all. One of the students during our Zoom session wore tube top for a presentation that was focused on her. The entire time people were asking her in the chat why she was not wearing a shirt. Had one friend unmute his mic while on the phone and did not realize. We all noticed when his phone started ringing and started laughing down the phone. Before he was muted we would hear totally out of context phrases like "yeah man haha I know," and "it looks like her tits are crying." He was super embarrassed when he was kicked from the call. Turns out Hen was reddening to a new tattoo one of his friends got on her chest. I was answering a question when my mom walked in on a call with her class. She is a teacher and started giving them a tour of my room, then points the camera at me and says, "There is the little turd we like to call my son." I probably should have turned my mic off, but I still answered the question. My teacher told one of my friends off, and I typed in the chat "biggest F 2016" and my fossil teacher was mad at me and sent an email to my parents. Sorry, I'm not following the rules here because this is a pre-Zoom story 20 years old. In fact, I was in a large accounting class in college with about 150 other students in the class. It was a 2-hour class with a 10-minute break in the middle. Prof was a boring asshole and everyone hated him. One day during break he forgot to turn off his lapel mic and went to the bathroom. We heard him peeing and then let out a super long fart, followed by saying a low ahh nice under his breath. Ha 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 ha. Pure comedy joy. I have told my kids who are currently doing all of their classes via Zoom this story as a warning to be sure to remove their wireless earbuds if they get up from their desk for any reason, especially to go to the bathroom. First and only class I went to was a small class of about 6 people plus the teacher. Not even 10 seconds and I start nervous laughing so hard I fall off my chair. Mic and camera were both on OFC. I was uncomfortable and needed to change the position I was sitting in, so I moved. I just so happened to move in such a way that for a moment, my legs were in a very inappropriate position. The camera was about level to me. For reference, I quickly moved and nobody said anything. But My friend was the admin on a Zoom call. He switched my name to Big Booty Ditch. I then joined a work-related Zoom call. Name was still Big Booty Ditch, had no idea how to change it, so was Big Booty Ditch for the duration of my summer job training that day. I love this. An uncomfortable, yet great experience. You'll love the context then. My summer job is at my old summer camp, and the people training me have known me since I was like 6. Super phenomenal for the reputation I have cultivated over literally more than a decade there. I had a picture of my friend flashing the camera as my background during a Zoom call that was just for the boys. During class with the friend in the picture I deleted the SFW background I had switched to, and it switched back to the picture of the 2 minors flashing the camera. Thankfully he was glad he got to show off his size and the teacher did not see it, so we just had a laugh about it. Don't not use Zoom. Use Google Meets. Anyhow, I have a habit of sleeping with my ear open in class, so doing that online just makes it even more realistic. Well, I woke up to a message on my screen that said you were removed from the meeting. Whoops. Slept too long haha. I accidentally called my male maths teacher mum ... with a bunch of stupid teenagers online ... That was a fun class. So one evening we celebrated a friend's birthday on Zoom with some online games and drinks. One of the guys find out that you can actually change your background to a whatever picture, so we all changed to all sorts of silly things. Starting with beaches and ending with porn scenes and stuff. I decided it would be funny if I changed mine to a picture of our professor, so it looked like I was sitting alongside him. This professor is very well respected at the university and we all had this kind of love/hate relationship with him. We all laughed and continued with the evening, but I did not change it back when I went to sleep later. I woke up like 2 minutes before the lecture and joined after it had begun, and when I did suddenly the professor went silent and immediately after that said my name. I swear to God, when I realized what happened my face went through all the shades of red. Thankfully he was extremely cool about it, surprisingly too, and just made a comment about how he had never seen such way of adoration before. Was told to write some code and then screen share it. I had dozed throughout the entire class so had to Google the code. Was about to close the tab when my teacher asked me if I was done. I forgot to close it and clicked on the screen share option. The entire class saw my code ... and the answer on Google behind it. Entered a class and I did not notice my video was on cause I wasn't paying attention. My class got a view of me singing Hamilton songs. You have made it until the end of this video. Now listen here and listen here closely. Like and subscribe for more curated content by Mr. Reddit Man. Thanks for watching.